Hey guys, this is Kinderwood again. So I've got the clutch, what do you call it, clutch basket, clutch hub, whatever. Got that all out. Now I have access to the crankshaft gear. I took a quick look under the microscopes we have at work at the clutch basket gear, and it actually looked okay. I haven't measured it with a dial yet, but I'm looking here just visually at the crankshaft gear, and there are two teeth that stand out here to me, and a spot that looks like some added material. I will try and take a still shot and insert it after this point to show you.
Okay, so here's the first close-up of the gears. Um, there's one spot where material was added in the valley of the teeth that I can see. It's pretty bad. And then there's two faces of the teeth that stood out as well. Alright, so I've added some annotations here. Number one is, if you look down in the valleys, that's where some material was added. The shiny spots look like aluminum that was mashed in there. Number two and number three are on the side face of the gears and on the top of the gears. With the reflections and the glare and the lighting the way it is, it's hard to see in this picture, but in person it stands out quite profoundly from the other gears. The other gears have somewhat of a dull, worn, metal on metal kind of appearance, but number two and number three are pretty shiny. So for this shot, I rotated the gears a little bit to kind of get a different angle. So you can see number one there kind of from the side, but this is a little bit better angle to see number two and number three. So on the side of the teeth, you can see some of the shiny metal bits. The whole thing almost looked like nickel plated or something. It was so shiny in person. But also on the top of the teeth and those there's some micro ridges on the tops of the teeth, I guess machining marks, and there's actually aluminum kind of stuck throughout there. So this spot right here is the worst as I rotated the crankshaft gear around. This is by far, I think, the problem spot that was causing most of the noise that I was hearing as this part came around and mated with the crank or the clutch basket gear. So I did try and scrape a little bit with a small screwdriver blade and those little needle picks that I got. I was able to clean up some of it, but a lot of it is on there pretty solidly attached. So it's either going to be a really slow task, or I'm going to have to find some way to speed it up. I'm hesitant to use anything with a wire brush because I don't want to get the wire fibers in there. Just add to my problems.
Hey guys, so I got my dial indicator here hooked up. Now this isn't your standard drop gauge indicator. This is what's called a test indicator. For those of you not familiar, it's used in machining typically. That arm is actually on a pivot there. You can change the angle and whatnot, so it made it look like it's not at 90 degrees, but trust me, this is how you take a reading on this guy. Totally fine. Yeah, trust me, I'm not a machinist though, so take that for what it's worth. So my setup's a little convoluted here. Got a clamp and a universal holder for the indicator, and all this jazz. And that piece of steel was something I found laying around in our work machine shop. So anyway, there's the indicator there. If I can get it to focus. No. Yeah, I'll take some still shots. Right now it's zeroed out. Each of the larger lines is 1/1000th of an inch, 0.001, and each of the smaller lines is 1/2,000th of an inch, 0.0005. So as I rotate this around, Very difficult to see. Let me see if I can take this again and get it to focus. Alright, there we go. So as I rotate the shaft around, we are getting very little deflection at all. Looks like maybe 0.5 by the way. Yeah, if that even. So I'm going to say the transmission shaft and the bearings look good.